Hey folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly check out Helldivers, not to be confused with the most recently released Helldivers 2. Me being poor, I have yet to splurge and buy Helldivers 2. At some point I will, but I wanted to actually come back to the original game and sort of get a feel for it again because, well, I mean, the two games, for the most part, look to be the same, except Helldivers 2 is third person and this game is more top-down. But the primary idea, the general gameplay flow, seems to be somewhat the same based on what I've seen of Helldivers 2. What's going on in Helldivers, the original game, is that you've got this, I guess galaxy map, whatever, galactic campaign, and there's 3 different factions, and you and every other Helldivers player are going to be embarking on missions and contributing their success to the galactic war effort. And you're going to be pushing back these 3 factions, and this is over a long period of time. So, at some point the campaign will end and then everything will reset again. As far as I'm concerned, I play solo, although you can play co-op with this game, no problem. I like to play the very easy/easy difficulty setting on solo, and that's just enough for me. I enjoy a very casual experience, and luckily this game will allow you to do that. Once you pick a mission, one of the 3 factions, you pick a mission, and then you get to pick your drop point. And be careful, though, because wherever you drop onto the surface to complete these objectives that you're randomly given, that will attract some attention. So there's some strategy in, dropping further away from the objectives and then going from there. Now, in between missions, you'll be using your research points. You'll be finding samples on the ground surface, and you'll be using your research points to buy upgrades to the weapons and stratagems and different things that you're unlocking. So, at some point, you'll develop your favorite loadout. I like the turrets, the auto turrets for solo play. I have a resupply, which gives me more ammo, and I've got some mines, but I might switch out some of those. But you can create your own loadout, and there's so many different weapons and stratagems. Stratagems are like special abilities that you can call during the match. Typically it's like a support kind of thing. A support pod just drops down, and whatever you called for, you get it. Okay. Whereas weapons, it's standard. Whatever weapon you pick, that's what you bring with you. But there are some stratagems that actually call more potent things. But anyway. There's also perks like laser aim modules, stun grenades, all-terrain boots, and again, you'll be unlocking more things over time. The core game, by the way, is $20, and there's 15 or so DLC at $3 a piece. I believe you will need to own some of the DLC in order to unlock some of these weapons and perks and things. So definitely check up on that before you buy into this game. I myself got this game and all the DLC a long time ago as part of a very cheap bundle. I think for $10 I got everything. So definitely wait for a sale if you're looking to buy everything rather than paying $20 for the core game and $40 for all the DLC. But anyway, so once you're down on the surface, again, it's just a top-down, kind of like Diablo style action RPG where you're going to be using whatever weapon you've got and just shooting things. Now, I myself prefer this laser rifle, whatever. It does not run out of ammo unless you overheat it. Whenever you overheat it, you have to reload. So I like that. I never run out of ammo and never have to call down resupply if I'm smart about how I'm spending my ammo. Sometimes it's a little weird aiming. I have a hard time with the aiming. You have to click and hold, but sometimes it's overly sensitive or not sensitive enough, whatever. Interacting with this game, the big shtick is that there's a lot of quick time events in the sense that whenever you call down a stratagem or interact with, say, an objective, you have to hit up, up, down, down, left, right, left, right. I just realized I just did the contra code there, but whatever. And so yeah, so when you're calling down a stratagem, you have to pause for a minute and complete this little mini game. Some people may not like that. But it kind of adds a certain tension to the game. You've got all these bugs around you, or whatever faction, cyborgs, there's different factions, the 3 different ones. But whatever you've got going on around you, you have to quickly open up your stratagem menu and then hit the right button presses to just at least get the ability to call the thing. And then you've got to aim and throw the little grenade or whatever it is, and that'll call down this drop pod for whatever you called, mines, turrets, whatnot. So, that adds an extra flavor to the game. There's also a mini map. It's not by default on your screen, but you have to you have to like call it up, and that takes up a little bit of your screen, which blocks your point of view. So there's some strategy in when you activate that, because you don't want to be surrounded and bring that up and then get ganked, you know. Obviously multiplayer is going to be more favorable here because, well, one person can watch your back while the other person guides the party, you know. So after you complete either the single mission that you're tasked on doing or a series of missions that you're tasked on doing, you'll get like a reward. Sometimes it'll be like you'll unlock a new stratagem, for example. But typically you're going to earn experience to level up your profile. You're also going to gain community influence, which again contributes to the Galactic campaign and pushes back the 3 different factions. That's really cool. The harder the difficulty that you play on, the more you push them back. I myself like the game because I want to try out all the different combinations of weapons and stratagems and find something that's right for me. I don't get to play this as often as I'd like. Now, I am super excited to try Helldivers 2. I know at some point I'm gonna get it. It's just, you know, with my, you know, not working and disability and everything, it's $40 is a lot to ask for on a game I'm not sure if solo play is viable. I've seen people play solo, but I don't think the game is balanced for solo, unless you play on like super easy. So at some point I will grab Helldivers 2. It's not going to be maybe for a while. So I wanted to jump back into this and make sure that I enjoyed Helldivers in general. And for those of you that are in the same boat as me and don't have $40 to drop right now, Helldivers may be the diversion that you want in the meantime, assuming that you can find it on a cheap sale. I do recommend this game still. Some people are not going to like the third person, you know, flashy graphics, explosions kind of game that Helldivers 2 is. Some people may want a more simplistic top-down co-op experience, and that's totally fine. Just be warned that a lot of people are playing Helldivers 2 right now, so I imagine that there's less people playing the original as opposed to 2. So if you are big into co-op and randoms and stuff, then you may have a harder time finding a party, but I don't know. I haven't tried it. I'm more of a solo kind of person, but I still recommend this game. But again, I would recommend it on a sale, especially since there's so many DLC and so much content locked behind that DLC. Well, this is Vince. Thanks for watching. I will catch you all next time. Take care.